Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel, Caffeine and Lesson Plans. Today I wanted to kind of give a review of how the Erin Condren Lesson Planner is going for me. Now remember, this lesson planner is created for classroom teachers. This is not created for the homeschool moms, so things had to be adapted. And I put that in my original video. What the original video I did on this. I did an overview of everything and how we were going to be using it. Now, I really like this planner in the fact that it is super sturdy and durable, and it's very colorful, very pretty. There are a lot of great things about this planner, and I feel like if I was a classroom teacher, this would work a lot better for me. Honestly, though, I think our next year, which will start in the fall sometime, um, I'm going to make my own planner. There are a ton of free sheets out there to planning sheets that I can use to kind of pick and choose what I want, what would work for me personally. And then, you can take those to any Office Depot or Staples store, have them bound any way you want, with any kind of cover you want, that sort of thing. And I think that'll work out better for me. I'm definitely not dissing the Erin Condren Planner. I love the Erin Condren Planner. It's just not, it's not got everything I need, and it's got a lot of things I don't need. So, in the beginning, it's got all these holidays and dates to remember. This is fantastic. I love these. This is really cool to have these. The birthdays, I put family birthdays in there so that we can send birthday cards out to people, but other than that, we don't really use it. I've started using this as a reading log, but being in our kindergarten year, I'm the one reading, so we don't get through a ton of books. I'm not putting down the storybooks that we read for bedtime and stuff like that, because it would just kind of get out of control because we read so much. But these are the books that we're reading through school. So, I mean, it's good to know that. But like I said, we're reading chapter books, so I read a chapter a day. We've only gotten through, we're at the end of Peter Cottontail here. So we've gotten through 2 chapter books. So the rest of these pages are kind of, I haven't really found a use for these. So those are kind of wasted. I've used the graph paper to make notes to myself about our curriculum, additions I might want to make, library info. We go to the library, things like that, but I haven't really found I haven't put anything down on this page for the library. Our schedule, I made this daily schedule, and then we've kind of changed almost everything about it. In the beginning, when we started school, we were doing a lot of, because it's kindergarten and the kids can't read themselves, a lot of it was me reading things to them. And my daughter is better about sitting still and listening. But my son was getting really squirmy. And so I found that I've had to kind of add a lot more hands-on, a lot more movement to our curriculum, a lot more activities, and that seems to work better. But with the program we're using, the Heart of Dakota, there's not a whole lot of hands-on. So what I've been doing is we read our history, whether that is, I didn't put that here, but whether that's the Family Time Bible or the History for Little Pilgrims or History Stories for Children. We read that. We do I've shown you in the Heart of Dakota program, there's a rhyme or a movement song to go along with each unit, which a unit is a week long. So we read our history, we do our rhyme, and then we go straight to Bible study, which is our verse and listening to the song that accompanies the verse on the CD. And then we go into, oops, sorry about that. Then we go into either science or social studies. This program doesn't really have, not something I would consider social studies per se. So we are doing science on, I haven't I haven't decided. We're either going to do science. We may go back and forth. Every other day science, every other day that we're not doing science will be social studies. So this week, with science, we're studying our five senses, and that's something we're going to be doing for the entire month. Social studies this week, we've started talking about where we live. I've printed off some mini books from online that talk about our continent, our country, our state, our city, those kind of things. So that's what we're doing. And then after that, we go into art and music. Now, we're still doing the first steps of music education program, but I've also downloaded some art history work from teacherspayteachers.com. If you haven't checked out that site, you absolutely should. It is a phenomenal resource. There's a lot of stuff for free, and even the things that need to be paid for are not that expensive and are well worth it. And so we're kind of doing the same thing with music and art, where one day is art, then the next day is music. So, like I said, we're doing music. This is a lot of hands-on and movement, learning to keep the beat, talking about instruments, things like that. And then the art that we're doing right now is it's an art history study. This week we've been talking about cave paintings. You start from the very beginning and then go to modern times. And so next week is going to be Egyptian art. And let's see, this week we've made cave paintings. We've taken like brown construction paper and crumpled them up and made our own cave drawings. And next week we're going to write our name using hieroglyphics. But anyway, I've had to really change our schedule on how we do things, and that's kind of negated this. So we haven't even been using this. Look at me going off on a tangent. I'm supposed to be talking about the planner, and I'm talking about our schedule. I'm still working through this. These are ideas for next year. I'll be, probably when we get our tax return is when I will be buying our new stuff. So still trying to nail down exactly what we want to do. I know absolutely for a fact that we're going to be doing all about spelling and all about reading. And we will be doing a reason for handwriting, because that program is done. We've done really well with that one. The kids like it, and it's super easy. So the rest of the things we're still iffy on. And then there's more sheets I haven't used. The year at a glance, I really haven't used this a whole lot. I have a personal planner, and sometimes I use that more than going back and doing that here. And then these months, initially I was going to use them for, let me see where I can't even remember where I started that. Maybe it was September. Yeah, initially I was going to use this for homework, but we kind of stopped doing schoolwork after school. It was just getting to be too much. In the afternoon, I have a lot of stuff to take care of that I can't really take care of during the morning. And so this just got to be too much of a hassle. They obviously may have more homework as they get older, but right now for kindergarten, I didn't want to overburden them and kind of burn them out, because it just burns me out too. So I'm still trying to figure out if I can use these in any way. Like I said, I really haven't found a use that has, been a necessity as of yet. Really, let's see if we get through. The thing I've been using the most are just the lesson plan sheets. And funny story, when I first started using these, I was using colored pens. I was actually, I think, using the colored pens that I got from Erin Condren, and there was a lot of scratching things out and washi tape over certain things, or stickers over certain things that that change, because our schedule changes all the time. I may go ahead and put, like here, we were sick, and so I had to scratch that out and move it down to this date and so on. And this one here, this whole week was so messed up, I just taped it together and moved on. And so one thing I did was I went on Amazon and I bought the Pilot Friction. And Friction is, they spell it Frixion. the Pilot Friction Erasable pens. Those things are magnificent. If you have not used the Pilot Friction Erasable pens and you like colorful pens, do it. Because they're erasable and they work fantastic. And so, here's some coloring my son did. But I can go through and write, and if I make a mistake, all I have to do is erase it. And so that's helped a lot just using the planner, because you know, I don't have to worry about wasting pages and covering things up and whatnot. And so like I said, I use the lesson plan pages because I obviously need a place to put our lessons down for each day. But next year, I have a feeling that my son will be moving on to first grade work, and my daughter, who's been doing kindergarten stuff with us this year, will probably need to continue with kindergarten next year. She's done really well, but I can tell cognitively where certain things she's just not getting because she's not ready to get them yet, and that's absolutely fine. So I'm going to have two different kids doing two different things, and I feel like this is not going to be enough room for me. You know, if I need to have a place for all subjects for two kids, I just feel like I'm going to need more room. And so that's another way where I'm going to, you know, this planner is not going to work for me. And then in the back here is the checklists, and I just really have not, I thought about putting down different things for this, and I really have not used it. I was going to use it as in they got all their capital letters, check that down, lowercase letters, letter sounds, but even then it's just more busy work for me and not really necessary. So, okay, hold on, I'll be there in a minute. So, yeah, like I said, there's just a lot about this planner that I don't need being a homeschool mom. I love it. I really do. But it's just, I need something different for me that's going to work next year. Now, some moms probably have found ways to make this work, and that's great. But for us, I feel like there are things I need that aren't in here. There are things I don't need. And so, and this has worked really well for my first year. This has been a great thing for me to kind of find out what I need and don't need. And I actually got this on sale last, like February or March, sometime right before they brought out the new ones. So I didn't even pay full price, so I'm glad about that because they can be really pricey. But this is a really good planner for some people. So I'm definitely not putting down Erin Condren. I think she makes gorgeous planners, but next year we're going to pick up something different. So anyway, that's my video. Stick around for more, and thanks for watching. Bye.